remember, it's a running discussion of what's happening in the game and knowledge of the game and what
Oh,
have you.
Lord.
I know. I mean, not to worry about.
No, we not worry.
Right? And your thought process as to, you know, you think XYZ would have been better than doing that. You know, just talk
Okay.
about as you would do on a normal basis, right there, right?
Yes. We're gonna use the netball language. Blending. So how is it done, sir?
Hold on 1 second. Next up, just got talking to the mic, that's all.
Huh?
Just talking to the mic.
It was
I go up there.
Huh?
I go up there.
Okay, so it's done. Okay.
It's already live.
And I'm here alone. No, no gal. Right, don't worry, right, Damien?
Yes.
Can we speak now? So we are here and we're watching the final game of the evening between Florida Jets and World Men's Inc. And we can see that there was an infringement took place on a goal shooter and the Florida just are taking the ball down the court as expeditiously as they can. Um, so that was an interception from the goal defender, and Whirlman is actually about to score the first goal. Netball can be rather interesting. We can make it as difficult as we want it to be, or as easy as we want it to be. So I don't think, it's really bad. Good shot by the goal attack. What are your thoughts, Damien?
And now the wing attack of World Mail has the ball. He passes to the goal attack. And he passes it back to the wing defense. Now the goal attack of World Mail get the ball. He passes it to the goal shooter where the goal shooter missed the pass.
There was a contact on the goal shooter, actually, so the infringement didn't take place. There's a contact on the goal shooter, and now he's going to score the ball. I think it's going to be a very interesting game. I think this is what netball is about. The team that makes the least mistakes will become the victors.
Exactly. And now Jets has the ball. It was intercepted by the goal defense from World Mail. They passed it down to the wing attack. The wing attack now passes it to goal shooter from World Mail and take the shot, and it was out. Okay, the umpire said it was goal attended. So World Mail is at 3, and
it's crazy how that is because they're arguing the fact that you can't say goal, you have to say like outside or something like that because they're calling for goaltending. And of course, it's not basketball, so goaltending is not allowed. So that was the kind of fracas that was happening right now.
Exactly. So now the goal shooter for World Mail take the ball.
There's an obstruction. I think there is some clarification of the rules, but the umpires are there, and I think they're doing a great job in making sure that we are abiding by the rules and the regulations of the sport.
Now the wing attack from World Mail get the ball. He passes to the goal shooter. The goal shooter passes out back to the center. The goal shooter get back the ball, and he's making the shot, and it's score.
It's really a good game. The score is 5-1. The score doesn't really, tell the story about the game because the game is going to be a very intense one. But we will see. That's the goal defender from England. Has been around netball for a long time. Understands what needs to be done. A little theatrical sometimes, but we'll see if he plays consistent netball this season.
Now the center for Jets pass to the goal attack. The goal shooter get the ball for Jets. He passed the ball to the goal attack, which the goal attack get a contact on the goalkeeper. Now the goal shooter take the shot, and it's well placed. What do you think about the goal shooter of Jets?
Terence Spears has been around netball for many years. I had the privilege of playing with him, representing Jamaica and stuff like that. So I think he's a remarkable player. I'll never take anything from him. I would say he's one of the legendary ones. He has been around for a long time, and he's still playing with us, still playing with the younger ones. So, I don't, whenever he has the ball, I'm sure that the shot is going to count.
Exactly. And now the score is
6-1 to World Men.
The win attack intercept from World Mail. They turn over back the ball. It's back again to the wing defense of World Mail, to the goal attack, to the center. Wing defense had an obstruction on them for Jets. Now World Mail get the ball, the wing attack will take that ball. He pass it to the goal shooter. The goal shooter shot and miss. He get back the rebound. He missed again. The goal defense get it from Jets. He pass it to the wing attack. And the ball is going down to the goal attack. Oh.
Good intercept from Kareem Brown. He's another one that's been around for maybe over 2 decades. Very, very good. Him and Terence go match up all the time. So we'll see how it plays out.
And the
Very
goal.
good play.
Oh,
Very good play from the goal shooter to the goal attack. It's just unfortunate that the goal didn't score.
Yes. And the ball is going down to the goal defense. The goal defense on World Mills to the goal attack. The goal attack passes it to the center. And the goal attack has the ball again. Oh, he made a lovely pass to the goal shooter, and the goal shooter finished the shot. What do you think about the goal shooter for World Mail?
Well, Nias has been in netball since I think maybe 3 seasons now. His team is the defending champion, and he's playing pretty good netball. You know, he works out with the guys from NIS in New York. So, you know, he's learning as it comes along, and you can see it in his style of game. You can see it in his play. He has improved significantly.
Now the ball is going down back again for World Mail. Oh, the goal shooter slides around and get the ball. He make a shot and it missed. The goal defense had the ball for Jets. Jets win attack, collected the ball to the center, to the goal attack. And the goal shooter, Terrence Spirit, have the ball. And he take a shot, and the shot is lovely.
As I said before, Terrence Spirit has been around for more than 3 decades. And playing that role, the goal shooter role. So absolutely, he's remarkable playing that role. Especially when he's comfortable and the confidence is up, then you expect great things from him.
Exactly.
The goalkeeper is new to the Jets clan, and he is really making himself known on the courts today.
Oh, good. The goal attack pass. Oh, and he make a bad pass to the goal shooter. The goalkeeper Kareem intercept the ball for World Mills, and he's going down the court to the goal shooter. Swing across to the center, and then he make a pass to the goal attack, which the goal attack get the ball. Now the goal defense obstruction from the goal defense. Our veteran Colin is out of play. Also the goalkeeper is out of play. Our new rookie from Jets, and the goal attack make a shot.
And it scores. The score is 10-3 to World Men's. As I say, it's going to be a very intensive game, and eventually we will definitely see how the score again. As I say, will not necessarily reflect the game. We're in for a remarkable evening of netball.
Oh, and the ball turned over to Jets, and Jets hurry down the court. The wing attack get the ball, and the center from England get the ball. Now we pass it to the goal attack, which is Casey's a run for over more than 2 decades also, and he made the shot, and it's very well.
He shoots and he scores. I like the intensity of this game. It's not overly aggressive, it's not overly physical, but it's strong and it showcases good netball. Good attempt by the goalkeeper. Very, very good.
Now we have a situation down the court with the goal defense and the goalkeeper, the goal attack. And the goal attack from World Mill made a shot and it's clean. Now Jets have their center pass. Wing defense have the ball. It passes to the goal attack, passes to the center from Jets. The wing attack from Jets get the ball. And he passes it to the center. And the center get the ball and he passes it to goal defense. The goal attack from Jets get the ball. Oh, and Terrence made a lovely dodge. And he's putting up the shots and it's well made.
It's a very good game tonight. I'm particularly pleased that I have the chance to be here to watch how this game unfolds.
Oh, and the goal shooter shoots for World Mail. The center pass goes to Jets.
It's a very good quarter. The score reads 12 to World Men's, 5 to the Florida Jets. We're in for a treat in netball tonight.
We do in for a good treat tonight. And the time now is it's what time now here in Florida, in Fort Myers.
6:45
And
p.m.
it's 6:45 p.m. It's very warm here, and it's a good climate for some real good netball. What do you think about that, Delroy? The climate?
Absolutely. I think though that both teams need to, like, Florida just needs to settle down. I think they're rushing the balls a little bit too much. When you look on how they open the split and how they move the ball from one end of the court to the next, you see the breakdown in the mid-court. So once the defender gets the ball, it's kind of hard for them. They're not penetrating the middle as strongly as they should,
yes,
so that they can advance the ball to the goal third where the shooters would be. So I think it is very important for them to take their time, stop playing the world men's game, focus on what their tasks are, their responsibilities and their roles. Sometimes you realize the center and the wing attack are interchanging, and I don't think they understand what they're really doing, so they're cutting in each other's lanes, so that sometimes can cause a breakdown. They need to build their momentum back up. They need to get into the game, get into the spirit, build off each other's vibe, so that the score can be closer, because Florida just definitely does need a win tonight.
Exactly, they do need that win to let them stay into this championship. Well said, Delroy. If you put it, I cannot put it any better than how you put it. You just have to settle, play their game, patience. That is the end of the game. Basic, and then I think they will get back there if they played basic netball.
Worldmen needs to settle down too. I've seen better game from them. They're playing quite fast, I think, but once they get their composure, the game should just flow. I want to see both teams settling down and play some very competitive netball.
It's all right. And now the game is on again. World Mills have the ball. The goal attack gets the ball. The goal attack passes to the center to World Mill. Oh. And the center for World Mill has the ball. He passes it to the goal attack. The goal attack making a pass to the goal shooter. And the goal shooter made the shot and he scores.
Absolutely. You see what I'm talking about, how Worldmen actually penetrates the middle of the court. And once you penetrate that, then the balls will get to move down the court quicker.
Wow. And he has the ball. Oh, the win attack from Jets went inside the D. And force a turnover for World Mills. And the win attack, David has the ball. He passes it to his center. David's a run for over about 2 decades also. He's from England and he's really playing good. Oh, and it's a lovely pass from the goal attack to the goal shooter. Oh, and it scores.
I'm particularly pleased with how Worldmen is taking the ball down the court. I like how whoever is in the roles, how they're taking charge. The wing attack is definitely taking charge in advancing the ball, passing the balls down the court, and I'm particularly pleased with that. Florida Jets should be able to make good on this turnover from World Men's, and hopefully they can shoot and score. Good job from Terrence.
Terrence did a good job with that.
I think he's holding them together, and hopefully they can build from his momentum. That's a good deflection from the goal, the wing defense.
Oh, and Jets turn over back the ball to World Mills.
By breaking, the infringement is stepping on that line, and you know, in netball we don't do that anymore. We don't have to come to the line. It's supposed to be a few feet away from the line, and it should be fine.
Oh, the goal shooter is back again.
As I said, Worldmen is penetrating the middle, and once you have the penetration of the middle, you see how quickly the ball can transition from one end of the court to the next.
Exactly. Oh, and back again. That's it, and World Mill has the ball again. Oh, good deflection from the goalkeeper of Jets.
The goalkeeper is playing absolutely remarkable.
Awesome. Awesome defense.
He needs to rally that on his team, so let them know that, you know, help him out a little bit down there. But I think he's doing an awesome job.
Good. And the goal shooter from World Mills made the shot, and the score is 15-6. 15 to World Mills and 6 to Jets.
Very good deflection from the goal attack. A lot of times we find that the goal attack, the persons who normally play the attacking role, they tend not to be good with defending. But we find in this tournament, the goal attacks are all, whenever they lose the ball or they're working the ball down, the goal attacks are always in there trying to get a deflection, trying to get an interception.
Exactly.
And that is really well. That was a good interception from the goalkeeper, from World Men's, and then you see them easily transitioning the ball down the court. And the movements is absolutely remarkable. It's timely.
Lovely pass from the wing attack to the goal shoot of World Mill, and he finished the job.
It's very timely, very timely. And patience and timing is going to be the integral ingredients in the success of a team. A while ago, you see, I was speaking about being patient and whatever. The goal attack, just rush. That you have 3 seconds with the ball. There's no need for you to rush. Just take your time and play the ball on the court.
Exactly. Oh, and so the deflection from the goal shoot of World Mail.
You see, in this game, everybody's on the same side. Nobody's opening up the court. And it's very important that you open the court, especially on plays like these. You open the court so that you don't have these unnecessary turnovers. And this is what I mean when it comes on to plays from legendary players like Terence Spears. You see how easily and quickly he transitioned the ball from one of the court to the next.
And the goal shooter for Jets taking the ball, which is Terence Spears, and he make a shot, he missed. The goal attack get it back, and he passed it to Terence Spears again, and he makes the shot, and it finally went in for another goal for Jets. And the score is 16-7, 16 to World Mills and 7 to Jets. And he passed the Jets pass, center pass to the winner attack. The winner attack passes to the goal shooter. Oh, the win attack get the ball from the goal shooter. He passes it to the goal defense. He passes it back to the win attack for Jet. Terence make the tap. And he take the shot and he scores. Oh, the goal attack for World Mill, he was just rushing to get over the line in order to get the pass from his teammate from the win attack. And finally, it didn't happen, but Terence Spears get the ball, he made the no-look pass, and it connected and it shoot with the goal attack.
He's working very well. Both goal attack and goal shooter are working very good on the Florida Jets team. That combination is really good.
And Jets has the ball, he passed it back to the goal shooter, and the shooter make a long shot, and it's wonderful. It went in now.
I think Terence is really really on form right now.
He's in good shape. He's really
rallying his team back into this game.
Now the score is 16-10. Oh my God! And the win attack for World Mill get the ball, and goal attacks get the ball, and he's taking the shot.
I think good shot from the goal attack. Good shot from the goal attack. I think what Florida just needs to do is to mark man-to-man. It's so easy, so open with the World Men's team. It's so easy to pass the ball down the court, and Florida just is kind of struggling to pass the ball because there's not enough people penetrating the middle. Terence Spears with a shot.
Oh, and it's well placed.
This captain is taking the team on his back and taking them over to make the top 4 in these tournaments.
Oh, and the winner attack for World Mill made a terrible decision, and the ball goes now to Jets, and Jets get the ball. It was an obstruction from the goal attack for World Mill. Now the win defense get the ball. He turned back the ball to World Mills. The win attack for World Mill. Oh! And the goal attack make the shot, and it's well placed. The score is 18 to World Mills and 11 to Jets. Jets center pass. He passes it to the center. The center pass to the goal shooter. The goal shooter make a attempt and he make the shot clear.
He's on fire
He's
tonight.
Really doing a good job. He made up his mind in order to take on everything on his back, and he's just doing a real good job. Oh, the ball is well. Oh, the goalkeeper is obstructing by leaning. So the goal attack take the shot, or he make the pass instead and to the goal shooter, and he makes the shot.
I just think that the difference with the Florida Jets team, and Royal Men's team is that one team is really working the ball in the middle, through the paint, through the center, really driving the balls down. You see that the goal defender kick the ball away and the umpire take it all the way down to the top of the day.
And World Mill, add to that, World Mill is really playing a controlled game.
Yes.
Real control game, basic, and they open the space. They really open the space. They're offering and re-offering. So it's really good for them, and it's really helping them.
You see right now the players obviously don't know the rules. This was not the man's half of the court. He cannot make the call. When the other umpire on the other side makes the outside, that's when he can say he can honor it. Other than that, he really can't do anything. So sometimes players really don't understand
the
rules and what umpires can do or what they can't do. So it is very important that you read the rule books. As soon as they are updated, we need to update ourselves and update our thought process.
Well said. Oh, a bad pass from the goal attack from Jets, and it went out, a turnover for the World Mills. They get the ball and they pass it to the goal defense. The goal defense passes to the win defense. The win attack gets the ball. The win attack get the ball now, and he's playing this patient game, and the time is running down. They're running down the clock on Jets right now, and the goal shooter make the shot and it scores.
The score is 21-12. I think Florida Jets is losing their steam in taking the ball down the court, and it is important that they do that. It is very important. It is very, very important that in order for them to do that, they need to build the momentum. Build the momentum in order to stay into this game. They're down, Florida Jets is down by 10 goals. So it is very important for them to understand that they have to build some form of momentum to get into the game.
Yes, they do. And now it's off time, and the score is 22-12. World Mill 22 and 12 to Jets. Now Jets have to get their heads together. They have to put everything aside and forget about the umpire, because I think they let the umpire in and the umpire is there to officiate in the game. Whenever the umpire make a call, it's final. There's nothing you can do about it. Then you just set the penalty and you just have to work again. It's hard, but you just have to go again. Florida Jets, they just has to get it right. They're not fluent in the attacking, so they have to refresh themselves, get the ball, get their head together, come back again, recuperate and come back again, and let us see what they come in on the second half with, so the game can be excited and get more intense. So they have to force a lot of turnovers. For World Mills, they have to just play man-to-man marking and force them to turn over in order for them to get back in this game.
Well, I think World Men is doing an exceptionally good job as it relates to causing Florida Jets to make the turnovers.
Yes, they do.
I think the difference between Florida Jets team right now and World Mill Strikers is that the World Men are using shorter runs, so shorter sprints, and they're penetrating that middle. There's always somebody available. There's always somebody on the move. I think fitness is very important. So I think Florida just World Men's a little bit more. It's a little fitter. I think a little fitter than the Florida Jets team, because what I see on the Florida Jets team, everybody is running back. Nobody is running towards the ball. Nobody's driving towards the ball. And there is something in netball that we use all the time, that you have to choose and square. Sometimes you have to drive that middle, because you drive in the middle and you don't get the ball. that ball wasn't really for you. You were there driving to be a decoy. So you're driving and you're pulling somebody with you, so you open up the space. I don't
Right.
think Project is actually utilizing the 100 by 50, the length of the court.
Right.
I don't think they're doing that. Everybody, if the ball is on the left side of the court, Project, everybody's on the left side of the court. If the ball is on the right side of the court, so nobody's there opening up or creating the plays.
Exactly. So in other words, you're saying that you're just chasing
You're
the
just
ball.
chasing.
You're just chasing,
From
chasing.
one side of the court, that's
yes.
all you're doing. You're chasing, and in order for them to get back into the game, even though the score is 22-12 and they're down by 10 goals, they have 10 minutes, and the ball is round. So if they can create some turnovers for World Mail, they can come right back into the game.
Exactly.
It's not too far. 10 minutes is a lot of minutes when you're playing netball. They have to get their adrenaline up. They have to get their minds in focus and just know that keep building on your momentum. Once you get that shot in, once you get that deflection, once you get that interception, you just build on that as you go along. And get the umpires out of the game. The umpires are there to enforce the rules.
Exactly.
If the umpire's decision is final, and when you're blown for infringement, you are physically and verbally out of the game. And I think sometimes as players, because most of the players that we see here on Florida Jets and on World Men's, they're also umpires. Sometimes
Right,
I feel as though sometimes they forget that when you no longer have that whistle, that means you're a player. And you have to respect the person who's in charge. If there are no umpires, then netball, we can't play netball. We need people there who are going to be there to ensure that we're doing the right things at the right time when we're on the court.
Exactly. Well said. So now they're about to take the court.
We can see that there's a change with the center from Florida Jets. Those are fresher legs coming in. We're also looking and seeing that
World Mail do have a fresh center coming in. And we have also, World Mail have a fresh goal attack. And the goalkeeper for World Mail, they change him to wing defense. So we have a new goal defense for him.
Wonderful. Let's see how integral these changes make for the World Mail team.
Right.
I think there's some mishaps as it relates to center pass and what needs to be done. The clock just started, but it gets underway and we see what the goal attack from Worldman is going to do. He's new on the court, and the ball was just taken from him. The center had the ball, made some footwork infringement, and now his team lost the ball again.
I wonder, the keeper contacted the goal attacker for World Mail, and the goal attacker for World Mail take the shot.
And he scores.
And the ball is played down to the goal attack from World Mail, and he passes it back to the wing attack for World Mail. Or he's a playmaker. He's creating all the space for his team.
I think the wing attack as well, Palmer needs to be a little bit more patient and look down the court. 2 or 3 of the passes, he could have easily passed the ball into the shooter. Instead, he turned it back to the wing attack, to the center. And
Exactly.
I think that caused the
turnover, yes.
Or the deflections.
And Florida Jets has the ball. He passes it to the center. The center passes it to the goal attack passes it to the shooter.
The shooter passed the ball, and it was an infringement, so it was a deflection from the goal defender.
Ah!
Exceptional pass from a Terrence Sprint. I tell you, these people are just using the experience that they have playing over 3 decades to actually get their ball, their team into the games.
Oh, and the World Mail is running down the court with the ball. The goal attack has the ball now. He passes to the wing attack. Oh. The goal shooter for World Mail has the ball now. And
with the caliber of guys that World Mail has, I don't know if they fully understand what's really happening down that this end of the court with the play. Because you see that the defensive area, the goalkeeper in particular, is very aerial, and Royal Mail, they're still passing the balls in the air. The goalkeeper's strength is in the air, so they
Yes.
need to start playing the balls low.
Right. It's instead of the aerial ball, it should be a chest pass.
There's another infringement from the center. The center has been having these footwork infringement for a while. This is like the third time since the start of the game, and it's very important. You cannot get back into the game if you're creating the infringements on your team.
Now the win attack has the ball from World Mill and he passes it to the goal attack.
I think the goal attack is getting the best of the goal defender, and I think the goal defender is getting caught up with the calls because he too umpires in his country. And it is important that they take their minds out of that environment and then allow the umpires to do their job.
It's a beautiful take from Florida Jets. Oh, the center is stepping a lot for Florida Jets.
There's no way they can get themselves back into the game if they are creating the
And that is the
infringement.
fourth consecutive.
Footwork infringement.
So I think you need to make an adjustment where his footwork is concerned.
So the player is actually arguing with the umpire, thinks it's an unfair call, and that caused their team to have no.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. They keep passing the balls aerial,
Goalkeeper
and the
for
goalkeeper
Florida
is
Jets.
very aerial.
oh,
So
he's
there's
a
no
wonderful
need.
jumper.
Absolutely
Anything in the hair.
belongs to him.
Oh my God, he's just awesome. Oh, he's back again on it. Wow.
There's a contact on the center.
Unnecessary contact from Florida
was
Jets
just late.
center. Yes. The goal attack is for Florida. For where may get the ball, he shoot and he miss. The goal shooter get the rebound for them and he make the shot.
It counts. I just hope that Royal Mail can just slow the game down a little bit and just focus on what needs to be done, which is to win the game.
Exactly, and the World Mail shoot the ball again, and the score is 29 to World Mail and 13 to Florida
I
Jets.
think
Oh.
Florida Jets is losing it. They are defeating, but they're actually defeating themselves. They're in the minds of very good patience from Caswell Palmer. Very, very good patience.
Yes,
Very
and
good
that's
patience.
another player for back about 2 decades, and he really controlling this game. He's really talking to his players. He's playing basic netball, control basic netball. So therefore, it's really killing Florida Jets. So I think they don't have the wing defense don't have an answer for him. Oh,
I think it is important for them to maybe call a timeout at this time and utilize. There is a new rule here in these championships when people can just step in the box and the change can be made without you actually have to leave the court like that. So I think the management team on Florida just need to utilize that. So once you're in the box and the third umpire knows and you hand them over the ticket, then you can just go on the court and another player can be removed. And that should be okay for them. Florida Jets, I just think, is just defeating themselves, and they're not. I would hope that their game, their confidence, their play would reflect that of the first and second quarters.
exactly. And the goal defense of Florida Jets have an issue with the umpire, so he's not pleased what the umpire is calling, but the umpire is there.
Yeah, and I think he did a very good thing. He's he's causing his team to have turnover, so he withdraws himself from the actual game. And hopefully at that time it will cause, so hopefully it's a good thing for his team.
Exactly.
You find that the goal defender is there, but the goal defender is hopping. So I don't know if what's causing the issue. The goal defender seems like he has an injury. So he's placed on the court, but he has an injury because he's not walking on both feet. He's hopping, he's limping.
Exactly, and the ball is played. Oh, what a
A
lovely
very
pass
good
from
pass
Caswell,
from
Caswell Palmer.
Very, very good.
Very good pass from the wing attack to the
It
goal
is
shooter.
amazing.
And the goal shooter went up with his both hands. He take down the ball with and he shoots and he scores. The center, the goal defense for World made an obstruction. The goal shooter Terrence Pratt get the ball and he passed it to the goal attack. The goal attack couldn't hold the pass and it's outside, so it's turned over to World Mills at this time. The wing defense, Kareem, passed the ball to the center. The center passed it back to Kareem, which is the wing defense. The goal defense get the ball. He passed it back to Kareem. The wing attack, David Palmer has the ball and he passed it to the goal defense. The goal defense passed it back to the wing attack. Oh, and the World may turn over the ball. Florida Jets have the ball going down the court. Oh.
We can't
And he turned.
find,
The goal attack cannot
we
find
cannot find the
players.
on the court.
Oh, and he turned it over back to World Mill and they take a shot. Now the score is 34-13 in favor of World Mill. The wing attack get the ball. He passed it to the goal attack. The goal attack passed it back to the wing attack. Oh.
That was a good call from the umpire. That was a good call because the wing attack delayed the pass. If he had given him the ball, then it would be in the motion. But because he delayed the play, he was not able to get the ball, and that's what caused the contact.
Wow, beautiful pass from Terrence Pace, the goal shooter for Florida Jets. Oh, and it was an obstruction by the goal defense from World Mail. Now he has the penalty.
I think it was a contact on Hawthorne.
Yes. Now he's Terrence Peart. Take the shot and it scores.
They really do need to focus on taking the balls to Terrence because he's shooting. He's making the plays and he's shooting. They're not really coming for the balls. They're not really coming for the balls, and that's what's causing them not to necessarily make.
Oh, good pass from Terrence Peart again to the goal attack. And it was an obstruction by the goalkeeper, and Terrence take the shot and it's well placed.
He's really taking on his team and his end of the court, and trying to pull the score back.
And the center. Oh, the goalkeeper! That goalkeeper from Florida Jets. Oh my God, he's just awesome.
The wing defender from Florida Jets, Kareem Brown, made an exceptional pass into the goal shooter Nias, and he shoot and scored.
Yes, and that goal shooter for World Mills, Nias is really an aerial player. You can depend on him whether they are up or down. He's just awesome. His elevation is something to talk about. It's really getting the ball. If the pass is even put bad, then he makes bad pass looks good.
I think what the viewers don't know about Nias is that he lives in New York and he plays Divisional III volleyball.
Yes, he do.
He plays for Medgar Evers College. He was the MVP for the entire D3 in New York City. So being aerial he's athletic. Being aerial is just something that it enhances his game in netball, but that is how he has to be when he's playing volleyball. So either he's doing whatever, just like how with the volleyball players, they're more time they're aerial because they have to be elevating and doing all kind of things when they play volleyball. So it helps his game here when he plays netball. And Damon, I think with the even though the score is 35-14 to World Men's Strikers, I think they are getting caught up into the shenanigans of the game. I don't think they're as patient as they were before in the first two quarters. I think they're rushing the plays. The goalkeeper from the Florida Jets is very aerial and they're still forcing those lob passes. I don't know if their feet are getting tired or they're getting weary, but at the same time it is important for them to maintain their composure and maintain the intensity. Yes, they're leading and yes, they're doing that. So if irrespective of what the score is saying, you want to be doing the right thing all the time. So when you're playing netball, it becomes habitual. Once you're doing the right thing all the time, whether you have an easier team or a tougher game, it will become natural. These are just natural things. This will become muscle memory. I know I'm supposed to run in this lane. I know I'm supposed to do that. I know that I'm supposed to slow down the game. I know I must play with patience, with exercise good time management while I'm on the court.
Exactly.
And that is when they get back to the basics, take away all the highlights and the this and the that, because the inconsistency when it comes down to time management and the basic plays in netball, once they get back to that, the scores, the score will show why they are the defending champions.
Exactly. And to add to that, I think for the Jets is just not playing a patient games, and they're constantly letting the umpire, they're just bickering to the umpire for calls instead of they focus on their duty, what is supposed to be done, and they're not doing that. I hope this is the fourth quarter. I hope that they can get it together and get the score a bit more enticing, so we can get something.
So we have a new wing attack for World Men's and a goal shooter. They're playing around and see who have the better combinations. Florida Jets is there as well. They're kind of struggling to get the balls down. Hopefully we see some. They seem as though they have only 7 players right now. I don't see anybody on their bench. Using new legs would have been important for them. Fresher legs.
Yes,
To get
and
the balls down.
the goal attack, pass it back to the goal defense of Wormale. The win attack, get the ball to Wormale. He passes it to Tavares, which is a new goal shooter for Wormale. He passes to the goal attack, which is O'Neill, and he makes the shot and it scores.
Right now, I think World Men's team is playing with the patience that we saw them doing, the patience and the control that they started the quarter with.
Oh, the goal attack is back on it again for Wormale. He passes to the win attack. Oh, the win attack passes to the goal shooter, and the goal shooter gets the ball. The goalkeeper gets the ball for Florida Jets. Oh, and they turn over back the ball. Florida Jets need to settle down this game, Delroy.
Yes, they do need to settle down in their game. And that was an exceptional interception from Kareem Brown. Exceptional.
And the ball turned over back.
Unfortunately, didn't make on their attempt.
Oh, and the goal attack for Florida get the ball and he shoots and he scores. I think what I'm seeing on the court, I think Florida Jets give up.
They have given up.
Yes.
Their level of confidence is not where it's supposed to be, or what we would have appreciated, or what we would have wanted. And I think at some point in time they have to get it together. They have to get it together in order to at least pull back some of the score.
Yes. I think they had this game getting away tremendously from them. They're just walking. It's like there has no more power in their legs to go, because Wormale is just too much for them. Oh, the goal attack. Oh, the goal attack for Wormale. Get the ball, and he takes a shot and he scores. Oh, and he shoots the ball. Delroy, what's going on the court? There's
There was an
some
infringement.
confusion going
There
on.
was an infringement that was made. The center passed the ball to the wing attack or goal attack, and neither of them touched the ball, and he himself caught the ball. So you can't play the ball to yourself in netball. So that's what he really did. The umpire may have not seen it, so he was making the call. So these players were calling out the infringement. That's just what the fracas was about.
Okay. And the wing attack make the pass to the goal attack. The goal attack has the ball, and the goal attack make the shot he miss. The goal shooter get back the ball, which is Tavares. And Tavares, which is the World Mail goal shooter. Tavar is a new shooter for World Mail.
So you have to be careful with the names because Tavares plays on Toronto pace setters. So you have Tavares and you have Tavar. So Tavar plays on World Mail.
Right. Delroy, look at the score. World Mail is 38 and Florida Jet is 17. What possibility do you think Florida Jets do have in order to come back in this game?
Well, for me, to be honest, I think it's Florida Jets is not playing with the same time of intensity they had in the first quarter. So I don't know. They themselves have defeated them. They have defeated themselves. They're still playing like as they should. They're playing the game right to the final whistle. And I think that's what's important. I think Terrence needs to just be very careful about these plays now because the goal defenders and the goal defender and goalkeeper is actually reading these plays. So it's important for him just to go back to basic netball, play it basic, and catch the ball and shoot the ball, and do what he has been doing all the entire game, catching and shooting.
And I think what I'm seeing with the Florida just goal shooter, I think he's a little frustrated because he's not getting enough from his players.
But that's why they have halftime and quarter time. He has to be the driving force with his team. He has to hopefully have those type of conversation when they have the quarters and intervals. It is important for him to have those talks with them so that he can try to build on their momentum, build on their energy, their spirit, and take the balls all around the court. They are walking, they're tired, it would seem. But it's important for them to understand that the game is over when the final whistle is blown. You have to just keep going. In netball, whether you're down, you're up, you have to keep going. You're playing for 40 minutes right now, and it's important that they run for the 40 minutes. Very, very important they run for the 40 minutes.
They do so fitness is very important.
Absolutely.
Very important.
Absolutely. Fitness is important.
Because what have I known from the past? Back in the years past,
very, very good try from the wing defense. From Florida Jets.
If the other team is more, we put it together like this, say, is fitter than us, than the other team, then it's the next team that is less fitter. They need to get to have patience and play basic netball. Don't play their game because they're not fitter. They will burn out a bit too fast. So that's what World Mail does a while ago. That they're doing for a long time. They're just running them out, get them on the flat foot. And I think World Mail doing a good job. So
they're moving the balls down easier.
Very easily.
Easier. That's what they're doing. They're moving the balls down easier and quicker. And I still think that they're rushing the balls a little bit too much. And they can still work on the control part of it, especially the attacking team. Their more senior attacking team is off the court, but I think it should not show you making a change should not really show too much.
And the goal attack for Florida Jets, he was trying to make a blind or no look pass to his goal shooter when the goal defense for World Mail just read the play very wonderfully and he just
See, there's
intercepted.
nobody in the
There's
paint.
nobody,
Driving. Good
from
job from the
Florida
wing
Jets,
defense.
and they
Good
turned
job
back
from
the
the-
ball over. So that tells you that Florida Jets players are not coming for the ball.
No, they're not as they should. They're not driving as they should.
So I don't know, Delroy. I don't know if their legs are tired or.
I think we said it earlier. They have given up on themselves and their team. I think they allowed the umpires to get into their heads, and they are not actually focusing on the task. And the task is to get the balls down to your goal shooter, because your goal shooter is there, and your goal shooter is making some of the plays, creating the plays. And when your goal shooter gets the ball, at least it's safe, because he's
Yes.
going to shoot and score.
And the center for Florida Jets take the outside pass. He passes it to the goal attack. The goal attack pass back to the center. The center pass to the goal shooter, which is Terrence Spear. The goalkeeper tried to get.
He shoots and he
and
scores.
scores. The score, Delroy, is 41 to World Mills and 19 to Florida Jets. I think this game is well gone from Florida Jets.
Yes, it's gone. They defeated themselves. This is like self-inflicted injuries that we would call it in the medical field. You know, they had all the tools to come out to allow the game to be closer, and they just never made good on the interceptions that they had. And because of that, it has cost them the game. Right now, we think the time is not right, because the time is saying 10 minutes and change, and that means the time is supposed to be at least 20 something seconds. It's going down. I think it's a minute or less right now for this game, and Florida Jets have defeated themselves.
They
I think
do.
it came down to lack of confidence.
Yes.
Maybe it came down to not understanding maybe what their responsibilities were, or I don't know what their objective was for this game. We would think that their objective would be to win the game,
right.
but maybe their objective is to be half
4
of the
seconds.
score.
And
The game is over.
And the game is over.
The game is over.
Now and the umpire gave World Mail a penalty on the last second, and the Caswell Palmer, the goal attack, he just came on and he makes his shot, his first ball, and he makes the shot, and it's well placed.
It was a good game in the beginning. I think both teams came out to play netball. World Men's really inconsistently. They played good splurts of excellence from time to time. I would have hoped that they would have been a little bit more controlled, played a little bit more controlled game,
Yes.
and be a little bit more patient with the game. But it didn't work out that way.
Yes.
Florida Jets, they came out really strong in the first quarter, but as time progressed, we find that, I don't know if we've been playing all day, so they are a little tired. The umpires got into their heads. They weren't driving the paint as I would have wanted them. You have to drive the court, you have to drive the middle, and I don't think that's what they were doing. So they form a cluster when their team has the ball, and I think World Men's, what they do, they open the court when their team has the ball, so somebody can drive. Team
Yes,
players
they
can
did.
drive in the middle, so they can transition the ball from